thing, the MC is asking, right, how many children you want, right? Then we put the fingers 4. Hopefully, luckily, it's the same 4 every time.
No, we talk about it during MPC.
So, but I think we started to, in a sense, like, as we know the church teaching,
We don't.
I think it changed our mindset. In a sense, like, okay, if we can, we'll just try to be open and just try to be generous. What God is asking is simply for us to be generous. Right? It's not, children is not in our own. I mean, we don't own them. We don't control them. It's a gift. And God is entrusting it to us in a sense. This soul that He wants to lead to heaven. Right? And it's a gift, it's a responsibility that we say, okay, we'll take it. We'll help.
So recently, and I said a little bit, we know. Okay, I somehow watched this video by Father Mike talking about contraception and IVF. So he mentioned about children is actually gift, and we are so undeserving of this life. When I listened to his story, he's talking about people, and I myself know people, and we ourselves also experience losing children. So we have another 2 which is lost in the womb. So one miscarriage, the other one is actually supposed to be joint cause twin, but it was very early that we don't even know whether the heartbeat was not even there yet. It was just a sac, so we couldn't even see is there any, like, the baby is inside yet or not. So we can't even know whether so is it already a baby or not. So 2, yeah, just consider it 2 were lost in the womb. We know some parents that have miscarriages. And we know, like, for example, Natalia, they are waiting for another child, but the child just haven't come. So many families are waiting for children, but the children are just not coming, or sometimes it came and then it just go away. So it is so, how to say, life is so fragile. We don't even own it. It's not. I mean, having children is just not just having sex. Then you have a child. You may have it, you may not have it. And yeah, surprise, surprise, we are actually not expecting another one. Yes. Congratulations. Yeah, so when Vincent say, yeah,
Oh, you are in competition.
there'll be 4 of us. Yeah, so
Any more minutes in family style.
Okay, this one is really coming as a surprise. So we didn't plan to have it now. We didn't plan to have another child now because John Paul is still quite young. He's not even 2 yet. So but then God gave. So I'm actually unprepared. But when I listen to what Father Mike said, for the first time I feel very, very touched tremendously that we really don't deserve life. I don't deserve to have this life. But it's there. What is felt is the gravity and the preciousness of life. That this is life, it's so precious. Whether you want it, you don't want it, you want it now, you want it later, you can have it, you don't have it. It's all in God's hands.
With child bringing misery and burden to you, but too late you already have one, right? How about, like, because nowadays a lot of couples, husband and wife, decided not to have children, and for that it's like, okay, better not to have the misery at all. So what do you think?
So maybe we have a slide, right? So I think the second slide is something that you can relate to, maybe we can go to the second slide first. So this is by Cardinal Timothy Lawrence. Somehow I can't remember, but it appeared in my Facebook memory. So, but we really felt it is really true in the sense like when you have a child, it's the time that you learn and you realize that you can give more of yourself. Right? I always have difficulty waking up in the morning because I had an accident last time when I was 2 years old, and then my mom she put me into afternoon class. In fact, I was like omitting all this kind of stuff when I was young. Right? If I wake up in the morning, but I started to. So it's always a struggle for me to wake up in the morning, even when I reach university days and stuff. And when we have children, when Francis go to primary school, then we realize that we have to wake up even earlier. And then so at the moment I woke up at 5:45, right? So 5:45, and it's just for the sake so that I can bring him to school, right? So having a children somehow expands your capacity to love, right? I remember there was a time when Francis was very young, and then he kept on crying at night, and so I keep on carrying him with no aircon, was kind of sweating, and kind of stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness, give me strength. It's like carrying a horse, but it's moving.
and crying, and it's not stopping crying, and you don't know what to do anymore.
But then I think those were the moments that God expands my heart. You realize when you look back, you realize I wouldn't be able to love that much if I don't have my children. I wouldn't be able to sacrifice it. And then you realize that you make the sacrifices naturally sometimes. So I think that's why it is a vocation also, because it really helps you to love more. It really helps you to give yourself more, right? And I think that's the beauty of having children, and that's the beauty of vocations in it.
And there's always choice. I mean, until now, I sometimes still struggle. For example, I can choose not to attend to my child's call. Like, no, I want to sleep. Don't call me anymore. Especially when I think it's not substantial. But that's me, right? Basically, I just want to continue sleeping. So it's still a choice. But looking back, also there are times that is quite unthinkable that a human person can actually do. And you can never be prepared enough to do it, and somehow you are made able to do it, like childbirth, being pregnant, and especially after that, waking up every few hours just to feed your baby. It is really self-giving. I mean, we have never lived waking up every 3 hours. Not just, it doesn't mean sleep every 3 hours, You wake up every 3 hours, then you got to feed the baby, change the pampers, burp the baby, and then feed again. So basically, you only sleep 1.5 hours, then wake up again for 1.5 hours, and then you sleep again for 1.5 hours. That's the best case. The worst case is they wake up every hour. So it's unthinkable and it's unbearable sometimes. There's a point when I was sick. I was literally sick, eating flu medicine, which is very drowsy. But I have to wake up every 1, 2, 3 hours. So people who have flu need rest, but I don't rest. How am I going to get better, right? So I was like thinking, I think I'm going to die, but I didn't die. It's like torturous, I mean, 1, 2, 3. At 5 days, I'm only having very little sleep.
You're scary them.
Yeah. I thought I'm gonna die, but I didn't die. Of course, you don't die.
Hope it, Maya, hope it.
Yeah, so, but then I'm like, it happens, you know, and you are okay.
So fine.
Yeah, and you can choose to do that again. So the grace is enough. Even then at times you don't feel it.
Okay, we have very interesting questions in the slide. And I mean, apart from the mystery that sometimes people are scared about having children, there are actually other concerns that actually makes couples don't want to have children. So one of it is, I think now it's a very trending hot topic. What will you do if, let's say, one day one of your boys, and touch wood, I also don't know if it happened, but if, let's say, one of them say that they are attracted to the same sex. So that's one. Oh, and the other one is the
So the
fear
question
that-
is, what would you do?
yeah, what will you do? And especially since you have 4 boys, three
Three
boys and don't know that.
Prophecy.
Is it not happening when you want to go for holiday?
Yes, we are actually planning for
Let's
holiday.
play. Grandma.
We go with you.
And the second one is sometimes couples can be scared also because when the child is born and then the child is like say I never want to be born or like angry like why am I alive? What also
What would you do?
Well, I think there's a lot of misconceptions in the world about same-sex attractions. They put it as their identity, right? But our attraction is not our identity. Our attraction is our feelings, and it can come, it can go. I mean, there are times that when I grew up, I admire other young men who are more like muscular, play basketball better, and all these kind of things. But I don't have to have sex with them, and all these kind of things. And I think people really reduce love to simply having sex, which I think is a very narrow view about love. And I think I would educate my children that love is more than just having sex. Right? Just because you're attracted to the same sex doesn't mean that you have to marry the person, having sex with that person.
Same way, I mean, you're attracted to opposite sex, then doesn't mean that you have to have sex with them immediately. I mean, whenever you like it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Right. So I think attraction is one thing, right? And I think we have to tell the truth about what is human being. We can feel attraction, we can feel all this kind of stuff, but that's not our core thing. Right? God made us male and female, and there is this plan in our bodies why God made female and male, and it only makes sense when you see it in complementary, right? And I think what I would say that is that the best thing in life, the most beautiful thing in life, is not just to fulfill your own desires. It's actually when you're fulfilling God's desire, when you give yourself. Right? So in the first slide, I think we really like these words. It's always quoted by Pope John Paul II. We tend to think that to be happy, I have to grab things in life. I must marry this person. I must have sex or whatever that is. I think we'll never be happy if we're like that. Right? So we are only happy if we can give ourselves. If we can, and in fact, the word trance, you know, something like we people think about trance is actually about stepping out of ourselves. It's only when you are stepping out of yourself that you really like feel certain happiness, certain joy. And you have to experience it yourself. And I think I see a lot of people, you know, that they're really like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and what's the meaning? They're trying to see a lot of things, and they are never happy. And I think it's the sad thing. You know, there is someone who can really make them happy, and that person tells us how to be happy, but none of us believe it. None of us believe it. Right? And God tells us to be happy is to give ourselves. Give it to someone else. It's only in the act of giving ourselves then we will be happy. And only when we are trusting of God's plan in our life, then we'll be happy. And God plans that man and woman, that one constitutes a marriage. Because Because it's only then they can give themselves totally. In fact, in their body is actually what makes sense and what they can give to themselves. That desire. Sometimes we can have our own desire, but we can ask God to purify us.
So what to do is not only related to the same-sex attraction, but there are so many other things. So to educate the child and to bring them up is not only for this area, but how the child or how any of us can finally understand better about this same-sex attraction and what is actually what God is calling us and who our identity is apart from just our attraction. All this, there's bigger picture than this. We can only finally understand, not finally, maybe we get better and better in understanding not only about this topic only, but there are many other things that will build up. What is identity, and then what are we called for, and yeah, basically there are many other things. Talking about wanting things for ourselves just now, it is very natural for everybody. I mean, we can see it every day, every time in our children. They always want things, right? I mean, children, we ourselves also, we always want things for ourselves, and since they are very young until now, we keep on telling them, you don't always get what you want. So it becomes like a slogan in our house. A little bit, every little bit, then somebody will say, you don't always get what you want. Even they are repeating this already. So yeah, so very funny. There's one math question Francis is doing about somebody having this amount of money, and then he wants to buy whatever, which cost whatever. So how much money actually he's lacking, right? So that he can get the thing that he wants. Then his answer is like, you don't always get. And then the funniest thing again, then when Francis and James are quarreling or whatever, and then James tells Francis, you don't always get what you want. Then anyway, but it's very difficult for them to understand, you know. We keep on telling Francis, like, Francis, sometimes you cannot always try to get in the expense of others, right? But then he's like saying, but if I am not happy, then if I make other people happy, then I become unhappy. So the concept of giving ourselves is very difficult to learn. Actually,
It's not natural.
It is not natural. I mean, everybody is. But naturally, we always want our happiness, right? I mean, it's a good desire. Of course, we want to be happy. I mean, if we want to be unhappy, I think something is wrong, right? Even suffering is not because we want the suffering. But so it's something that we need to learn. So even when they are young, we have to let them learn this, even though they still cannot get it, you know. But what are they going to be if they don't learn this? What are they going to be if every little thing they don't learn to think about others? They don't learn about, I want to play this way, but then it irritates my brother, but it makes me happy. Should I stop or should I continue? Of course they will continue because it makes you happy. They cannot think about other people first. So we have to teach them, and you see, your brother is Does he look happy? Does he sound happy? No. Then what do you want to continue? But I want to play. You know, they don't want to hurt them. They only want their own happiness. And so we have to fix them.
It's like children, right? I think we are all struggling with it.
Yeah, but not only children, even we also do that.
This is original sin.
Yeah.
So what will you do if, I mean, as you say, a lot of us still struggling with this grabbing things in our life. So and we like what you say, we don't get the feeling that, you know, when we give ourselves, the pleasures will be immediate, right?
Yeah.
The joy will come after that.
Later.
So what will you say to those who are still struggling to give ourselves and we cannot find the immediate?
Well, you have to believe. And that's what faith is all about. We say, I believe in God, but do we really believe His word? And I think only when we say, I believe in your word, we decided to believe that children is a blessing. It's easy to believe that in Singapore. No, it's not easy. It's not easy to believe in Singapore, right? But we chose to believe. We chose to believe His word that that is a blessing. We chose to believe that in giving, we will be happy. It will be our eternal happiness. We chose to believe that our end is God. We chose to believe that all other things is not as important as God. And their aim must be God. So at the end of the day, do we live for ourselves or do we live for God? We have to make a choice. And I think it's very basic, it's very fundamental, but it all begins because we don't really believe what God is saying to us. We don't really accept His word. Right? So I think we should start believing. We should start entrusting our life to Him. We should start to believe and live it. Right? And live it and just do it. For me, I think sometimes it's a bit difficult decisions. Like when Maya said we want to have another child, we have now like 3 and we're going to have 4 children and this kind of thing. But as you live it, you realize that you are in the right path. You felt that sense that like grace is carrying you through all the difficulties and all these kind of things. You know that you are doing God's will. Right? So if you chose to believe, for me, I think you'll never regret. Never regret.
So the first step is you have to do it first. Otherwise, then you have no experience. But for the children, for example, of course there are times that actually they are already trying to, or maybe they don't realize it, but actually they are doing something for the better of the other person. Then we can teach them to see this. Remember when you do this, and the other person is happy, what does it make you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel unhappy? Even though for them, love is like a thing that if I give away then I don't have. Happiness is like a thing when I give away then I don't have. But then there are some experiences, of course, when they get older, then they can see this pattern. But you see, it's not always that when they get happy then you become unhappy, right? It's very weird. Like, okay, now it's James' birthday. We all celebrate for James. James is happy, then I become unhappy. No, right? Everybody got happy because he's happy. Like that kind of thing. There are little things that we can do then. But if you never make any choice at all, yeah, of course, I don't think it's possible. Surely we are not that evil. I don't think anybody. Yeah, so if we have eyes and we have faith and we want to see enough, of course we can see. Then we just have to learn to see better. That's how we help. To help our faith. But he is right. You have to decide. If you never want to decide, you never want to own it, then
So what is already okay?
Yeah, we even use the paper plate already.
Yeah. I think just the last 2 very important question that we also want to know is that why marriage is sacrament? What's your view about it and how does it impact you in your life? And basically the last question is like what with your all the experience that you had in the past 10 years, many years, what will be your tips for a lot of us here who are actually some are single, some are in a complicated relationship. So what will be your tips actually for answering those questions? Yeah. Good question.
Yeah. So what is a sacrament? So sacrament is basically the visible sign of invisible grace. And I always like to say that sacrament is about encounter through something that is tangible. So it's a sign, in a way, like our love is a sign to a deeper reality. So it's not just about us. So in a way, our love is actually pointing to something else, something that is bigger, something that is more divine, and that's about God's love to humankind. And that's why I think the church does not teach, we don't have divorce, because that love is always faithful. That love is always forgiving. That love is always hopeful. Even though amidst all the weaknesses that we have, amidst all whatever things that has happened, that love never ends. Right? And our love is called to participate in that love. And in a way it's a God encounter because through this sacrament, there is grace for even for us to live that vocations. So I think a lot of people, they are afraid because we only see it as a human institution. We don't see that actually there is power, there is grace that helps us to live these vocations. So I think we have to start believing again. There is something that you can always tap onto. There is strength, there is grace for us to be able to love the way that deeper reality loves. Right? And another thing also, for me, a sign is it's not meant for itself. So our family, our marriage is not meant just for Miami, having fun and then enjoying life and this kind of thing. A sign is meant for other people to see that. So it means that family have a mission to other people. We should reflect that love to other people. And if you read Pope John Paul II encyclical or apostolic exhortation, I think on the family as concerned, so it speaks that our mission is about love and about life. And we have to bring that mission to the society. Because society don't longer believe in love. When they think about love, think about sex, they think that, okay, if something happens, I should have a backup plan or all these kind of things. They don't have an understanding of unconditional love, faithful love, total love, and fruitful love. And that's our mission as a family, as a Christian family. And also about life. I mean, like, many people no longer open to life. And so we have to be a sign that we are open to life. We treasure it from the conceptions until the end.
Yeah, I think I still remember when I went for the MPC, and I think the priest who doing the sessions, he says that the only sacrament when the minister is not the priest is the marriage, right? Because the minister is the brother. Because we are supposed to be the signs for all people to see that, to believe again that God is still really alive in our lives.
And the final question, any tips for all of us here who are still young and free?
If you can go to the last slide, I think this is
This one.
So I think for me, this is really that I think I would like to pass it on to everyone, right? So this is God's word. This is God's word. It says that if you lose your life, you will find it. You will save it. So there are many ways to lose lives, and I think Jesus shows you can lose your life by giving it to someone else. And I think this is what I would like to encourage all of us. Lose your life by giving it. Right? You may giving it in the religious life. You may giving it as a single. Right? Now, many people talk about singlehood is just a preparation for marriage or religious. It is not. Singlehood vocation is actually for the kingdom. It's for God. You choose to be celibate so you can give your time more to God. Right? You can give your attention more to God. But the idea is that give your life. And this thing, it will be counterintuitive for the world. It's going to be very difficult. Even for us Christians, it's going to be very difficult. This is the narrow gate. And I think this is the thing that God is asking us. Enter by the narrow gate. Believe it. Choose this path. Because it will lead you to happiness.
For me, maybe that if we know that our goal is God, so please make yourself ready for that. So form yourself, be the leader of yourself spiritually, be the spiritual leader. And eventually when you have a family, then it will help a lot. I'm very thankful that he is a very good leader in our family. That he leads us. That when I feel I have shortcomings, then I know that he will lead us. But I cannot just rely on him. Right? I mean, I also have to be the leader, at least for my own self and also for my children. So, be it you are married or not, you have to lead your life. So you have to work on this. Then you work on your other things, like for example, we all are broken, so we have to work on this. We learn about forgiving, we learn about healing, release healing. All these things, it will prepare us for life. Be it you're married or not. Any other question?
Okay.
From the floor.
Yeah, or maybe open first from the floor. Or should I answer you?
Can I have questions?
Yes.
When you ask for me, actually, you have to ask them to share.
Yes. You got question, Natalia?
Oh, I thought.
Okay. So basically the questions, I think, because nowadays women also are more capable in the career. So I think the question about is it okay for a family led by the wife instead of the husband, or like have you ever felt jealous towards your spouse if, for example, she did better in career or the children follow Maya more than you, for example. So I think that's one area about
Husband, wife.
husband and wife.
What does it mean by the wife lead? Lead in what sense? Maybe anybody wants to
Maybe she is the head of the
More
family.
dominant.
what does it mean? More dominant in what way? Sorry? Make decision. Make decision. Decision
It's
is okay.
compatible.
I think California also vote that question because like it's always like being taught that men should be the head of the family. So I mean like what does that mean and what if the woman is the head of the family?
Okay, there's a joke. Somebody said, okay, the husband and wife said, we decide that I will give the big decisions to my wife and I will settle the smaller stuff. And actually in life, there's never been small decision or something like that. Or easy. So basically, it's all, my wife just decide and life is so peaceful. Yeah, anyways. So, it depends on what kind of decision, and I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, it depends, lah, yeah. Problem comes is not on who decide. Problem comes when both want to have a power struggle. So, I mean, he doesn't have to have the final say for everything, and I don't have to have the final say for everything. We can agree on something. We can let the other person decide. Yeah, I mean, I think it's like that. But the saying that man is normally support the leader, that's why I asked to clarify what kind of thing.
So I think, we believe that the man is the head of the family. The woman is the heart of the family. We have different roles, right? But it doesn't mean that the head must be the one who's working.
And the mean that the head is deciding.
So we know couples where the woman is the one who's working on the family, right? But being a head of family is not just about work. And I think that's the problem with men. They only think that their role is working, right? So the head of the family is to lead the family. They are the spiritual leader for the family to lead the whole family to God. And God calls the man to do that. And when we fail, and I think the crisis of many families is the crisis of men. Men are not leading. And so we have to raise men who can lead family. Right? Now the woman is also leading together with the man. But the way they lead and the role that they are leading, I think is specific to women. Right? It's natural for women to love more. If you read for the second letter to women, it's just that it's women's vocation to teach men how to love. Right? So when I'm leading my whole family on how to love God, I don't live in isolation. I live together with her. I learn from her. I learn how she sacrificed. I learn how she loved and was selfish. And I think that's how we complement one another. I think we should live according to God's plan, not just like according to the world's standard.
Just to clarify, so with example, so this is how marriage also helped me to have better understanding and to lead me to God. Before I married, we hear many passages in the Bible talking about the wedding, the marriage between Christ and the church. How Christ loved the church and how we respond to this love. I can only imagine how marriage love should be and how it is. But after we are married, then I don't have to imagine anymore because it's happening. How I actually respond to His love, it's happening when He loved me, when He sacrificed Himself. For example, whenever I see Him, for example, when He is more patient to the kids, or when He has to go and help this child to go back to sleep, even though he is tired and he have to wake up early in the morning, after this number of times without complaining, without like that. All this inspire me to love more. It's still a struggle, of course, but it inspires me. It makes me want to love more. I think you all can experience already. When somebody loves you, somehow you are drawn to love. So this becomes very real. It becomes very tangible when we are married. And the words in the Bible, there's a lot about this wedding feast, about this bride and groom, how they love each other. It all becomes reality in our life. So it helps a lot.
So marriage is not our struggle. I think there's something that we want to.
I think I want to address that also about the jealousy because we
Jealousy,
right?
yeah.
So in our relationship, it's even small, right? And I'm not ashamed of that. Because then I can buy a house. But I think the gospel also says that when the wife should submit to the husband should love the wife like Christ loved the church. And how Christ loved the church is by dying on the cross. And it's something very difficult to do. Right? It's something that is it's something that we struggle together. It's not about the competition, who do better, who the kids love better. I think it's more towards how we work together so that not only that me go to the heaven, but also my whole family go to heaven. I think I just attend the retreat, and the priest says when the saints or form become a saints, they don't become a saints alone. Right? In the Jesuits, Saint Ignatius is a saint, then the Saint Xavier is also a saint. Right? When Saint Peter becomes a saint, Saint Paul also a saint. Right? In the Franciscan, Saint Francis, they have much about Saint Clare, Saint Anthony, and so on and so forth. So he say to us as the one who attended the retreat are men. He said, you should also bring your family to the heaven together with you. Not just you. Your pain is not just for you to be saved, but the whole family to be saved. And I think the gospel, yesterday was very beautiful because in the reflection, Jesus invited Matthew, right, the Levites. And the first thing that Matthew did is to ask her families and friends to come to this banquet that Matthew is arranging for Jesus. Right? So it's very beautiful because the first thing that he thinks is not just for himself, it's for the whole family to be comfortable also.
And that's the
Very, very, very final question, Mama.
after this you can submit on later somebody will answer.
Hotline number. Okay. If your boyfriend or girlfriend has physical or psychological disorder, which might be inherited to your future children, how would you discern the future of your relationship?
Physical or psychological disorder. How would you discern?
I think it's complicated. It really depends on the situations, right? Like certain psychological issues it makes the person unable to make a free choice. Right? So in that sense, even the marriage is not valid. If a person cannot give themselves freely, so a person must be able to give themselves freely for a valid marriage, right? So that's one of the things I think we have to realize. So both parties must be free, right? At the same time, I think it's your freedom of choice to choose to love that person, right? You can have that fear. I mean, like it may be inherited or whatever that is, but at the end of the day, I think everything is in God's hand, right? We don't really like control life. So I think you have to learn to have trust. In the sense like when I got married with Maya, how many genetic problems I know about her.
You only know after we have children.
Almost like Maya.
So at the end of the day, when we say yes to one another, it's a leap of trust, right? And that trust is actually liberating because you commit for the rest of your life, right? And I think that sense of freedom that she will always have me regardless what, I will always have her regardless what. No, but as I mentioned, like psychological disorder is a different issue because it may affect the freedom of the persons to really commit themselves or even this kind of thing. So I think that's beyond.
It depends on the disorder. Some physical disorder also, yeah, it depends. I mean, we don't have full control on what is going to be inherited to our offspring. But what we do have control is how we choose to love. So it's your choice. You want to love this person with all the disorders, with all your children with all the disorders or not? That is the part that we choose. But yeah, that is an important point. I mean, if the person is unable to be free in this marriage, so for example, some disorder makes you unable to make a choice actually. So they may think they are making a choice, but because actually of this disorder, actually those choices are actually not valid because it is so influenced by the situation. So in that sense, even when they are married, actually the marriage is invalid.
So one thing, when you pursue marriage, you don't have to go through alone in your discernment. Like, go for a spiritual director. Ask a priest for advice. They know the church teaching better than us. Study the church teaching and this kind of thing. Consult with your community. What do you think about this man? Right? Don't like go hide and like that nobody knows. So involve your family, involve your spiritual director, involve your
Bring things to the light.
Bring it to the light, right? And then there's nothing to be hide on.
It is more liberating when things are in the light. When we try to hide things, we are always living in secrets. Is very torturing. Even after marriage, then you have to cover up for this one, because your relationship with this one is not open. I know friends who are like that. I'm just wishing if only everything is bring up to the light is much better. Then people can help you. So I mean, people try to help you. They don't try to do harm to you. So try to ask for help. Especially for the tricky part. I mean, if you have concern, you may suspect some disorder, then maybe you can go for a proper consultation about. So is it really a disorder or not? Will it affect things?
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we are already exceeding the time. You see how interesting it is. Like we felt like we want to continue for another 1 hour, but yeah, unfortunately it's getting late. But I think once again, thank you so much for all your sharing, all your testimonies, and hopefully it answered also some of our questions that we have. And not to worry, they are always around. If you have questions, you can let us know. We can get them to answer, and they are always there to help as well. So I think just to close, I think they have prepared one final video. I think just to
Okay, so maybe we're video just to let you know.
Yeah.
So that's our gift to you. It was an article that we wrote in 2010, I think. At the time we were still in St. Mary, so they asked us to write an article about marriage. We were about like 1 year in marriage. So I think we just want to share it. We just like dig in and we realized okay, we wrote something about it. And I think we felt, I mean, we read it again, and I think we felt that I think we are still having the same vision of and the same passion of what we want to share also 9 years ago as compared to now, right? So just want to share it with you.
Thank you.